Hello, Team Traeger. This is Tony Kimbrell. I'm coming to you today from Atlanta, Georgia. And I was just wanting to talk to you about my experiences with the Traeger grill and what I consider to be one of the finest grills in the marketplace today. We all know that the wood comes down through the hopper and into the auger. But the thing that I want to talk to you about is the food and the meat that comes off of the grill and how tasty and succulent it is. The chicken, you can put chicken on there for 225 degrees and keep it on there for about 30 to 45 minutes. And when it comes off, it just falls off the bone. It's so meaty and tender and just so very tasty. And the smoked flavor that goes into the chicken and all the meats that I've prepared is just outstanding. Ribs, for example, I can take ribs and I like to marinate my ribs overnight with apple cider vinegar and some other ingredients and brown sugar and mix it together and let it just soak into the meat and penetrate into the bone even. And then put it on the Traeger grill, and within 2 to 3 hours, cooking it at about 225, the meat just comes off the bone, so meaty, it's so tender, it just melts in your mouth. And then beef brisket. Beef brisket, I tell you, that's been one of my favorites thus far. I like to put a dry rub on it, that I use paprika, and I use brown sugar, and I use garlic, and I use other spices. Rub it on my brisket, and then I put it on the Traeger grill and leave it on there for about 10 hours. And after 10 hours, it just cuts. So tender, so moist. And the beautiful part about it is the smoke ring that I've seen on all the meats prepared is just right. It smokes the meats perfectly, superbly. So I believe that if you're a backyard amateur or if you're a chef that operates a 5-star restaurant, the Traeger grill is unsurpassed for what it does and what you can do with it, just using your basic cooking skills and talents. I love the fact that it doesn't flare up. I love the fact that the meat, when it's cooking, the grease that runs through the trough and into the grease catch bucket on the end of the grill. I love that. And that's what I find to be one of the most beautiful parts about it, is you can just set it, forget it, come back, and your meat is ready to be taken off, carved up, and eaten. I like to take turkeys, and I like to inject them with a garlic butter, and then put them on the Traeger grill and cook them. I cook them for about 6 to 8 hours, and I put them on about a 225 temperature. And whenever they're done, the meat is so moist, so succulent, it compares to nothing I've ever cooked on before. I know that the Big Green Egg, and I know that these other barbecue cookers that are used by homeowners now, they have a tendency to flare up. And that is the thing about Traeger, is it never flares up. Your porcelain grill stays porcelain, and cleanup is such a breeze, but just by taking a vacuum and vacuuming out your debris that's left over after the cooking. But I hope you enjoyed what I've had to say today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much.